Hey there guys, welcome back to the QPR Career Mode. If you're not all caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course welcome to today's episode. We start off with probably our toughest game of season number 1, an FA Cup draw home to Arsenal. So it's a bit of a tough one. It's going to be one that is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. As I've said before, the FA Cup is not my main worry, not my main priority. It is still the championship and making sure that we secure promotion. So it's a tough one that we have to go in and take seriously. I don't want to just sort of be rolled over by any stretch of the imagination, but we are mainly focusing obviously on the league. But we've got a good amount of time as a break in the build up to that game, so plenty of time to have a full choice of squad, fully fit team. But then after that, we have got limited time to the game against Stoke, and then very, very congested fixtures in the build-up to the end of April, which obviously, as we finish the league, it will be our final game here against Sunderland. So we're getting to a bit of a crunch time now. We are getting very, very close to this end of the season. I think it's 3 episodes time, essentially, we'll be finishing off the season. So we're going to jump into this first game. It's going to be a tough one. I might rotate a little bit while still keeping some first team squad in there. But unless anything happens before, I'll see you there. One of our youth players did ask to be called up here. It's Abdelkader Hassan. I might just call him Hassan because I'm awful at names. Going to promote him to the senior squad. He's not a bad little potential player. He's 64 rated, so he's actually on par, if not slightly better than some of the options we currently have. Probably be somebody that I look to loan out. Same with the likes of, Ed Knowles here. As and when Aidan Williams is ready, kind of do the same thing there. We've got Jovanovic, who, when he gets old enough, he could be a real good starter down the line. But that's a few seasons away. We've got a little bit of time there. A lot of these guys, sadly, at the age of 14, are a hot minute away from being anywhere near the starting team. But Jensen Thorpe actually looks pretty decent as well. He looks like he could be a good little player. He's quite short for a centre-back, but hopefully, I don't know if can they grow? Can they actually grow height-wise? That'd be really interesting to see, because obviously at the age of 14, him being 5'1", for example, fair enough. But when he's 18, 19, he's probably not going to be 5'1" anymore. I don't know if that's a thing. We'll find that out together, I'm sure, unless you already know, in which case, let me know in the comments down below. I'm also going to call up Ed Knowles and I'm going to call up Ezra White, just because they're both 17. And I find at the age of 17 and up is where they really start to push to be called up to the first team. So I'll call all 3 up and I'll try and get all 3 loaned out at some point. Okay, here we are, game number 1 up against Arsenal. As I said, I have rotated a little bit, but I still say this is a pretty solid squad. Thomas Amartey, Clark Salter and Ashby are the back line. So Clark Salter is the only mainstay in that back line. Obviously, we dropped Powell, Cook, and we've dropped Heverton Santos. But still a decent looking back line. Varane comes in for Madsen. Sato stays. Smith comes in for Dembele. Chair starts and is captain. And Michy Frey comes in for Zancella. Overall, I think it's a pretty good squad. I think this is going to be a really good indication as to how Premier League sides are going to set up with the tweaks to the sliders and stuff that we've made. This will be a really good indication as to how tough it's going to be to play against Prem sides. I want this to be tough. Obviously, it'd be amazing if we can come away with a win here and get into the next round, but I also don't want the AI to be a pushover here. This should be difficult. If we get ourselves into the Premier League, this will be a good indication as to how tough it's going to be. Let's find out together. Come on, you ours. Sato on the ball, given so much space here. He's literally just been able to walk through their entire midfield. Smith, first time cross, goes to the back post head to Chair. I wanted it into Frey. Incredible amount of power on that. But yeah, it didn't quite work out to something. But really good opening start there for us. Sato was given so much space to run into. Oh, the ball here with Saka. Saka cuts inside. Amartey does really well there. Just got to keep them out now. Lovely bit of play from Arsenal on the edge of the box, though. Havertz gets it. He's got space on the edge, takes a strike. Paul Nardi called into action in the 12th minute, but does really well to see that one wide. Good save from our French beast in between the sticks. Let's keep this corner out, though. Odegaard whips it in. Oh, I wanted to try and clear it with field. It changed my player. Then it wouldn't change my player to... Oh, that is the most infuriating goal. You guys can see who I'm using. It's changed my player to get rid of the ball, even though I pressed square to get rid of it with field. It's then bounced off of whoever then got it, and then it's not given me Clark Salter on the line to clear it. That is genuinely very infuriating. Ben White opens the scoring. See, look, Clark Salter would never just stand and look the other way. That is the most ridiculous thing I've seen. You know, I don't mind being 1-0 down to Premier League side Arsenal. What I do mind is the way that goal has gone in. That is a joke. Arsenal work the ball well here on this right-hand side. Ben White turns and finds a lovely pass into Saka. Saka tries to play it to the edge of the box. Pretty much found Ødegaard at the edge of the box there. Varane didn't get there quick enough. Field apparently was also too slow to do anything and then loses out to Havertz, who does get it back here. Amati, fair tackle there. Ball played lovely through to Saka. And Nardi with a really, really good save there. Could have very easily been 2. We are being well and truly tore apart. Hit the Paul at Arsenal. Pretty good sign in that, actually. This is a tricky one for us here. Got to get this one out. We were actually allowed to clear that corner. It has dropped to the edge of the box. Nardi with another great save. I do think that is going to be a phrase we are saying a lot here. I think Nardi is going to see the ball plentiful. Trossard with a really good effort from the edge of the box, but Nardi with a very, very good save as well. Let's see if we can get this one out. No, it's going to go straight to Ben White. Nardi yet again called into action and yet again does enough to stop it going in the back of the net. Ashby brings this forward, finds Ilias Chair in a lovely overlap on the right-hand side here, up against Tierney. Ilias Chair, got to go alone a little bit here. Tierney does really well, steps in just as I'm trying to get that into Frey. Varane wins that header though. Well done, Varane. Sato into Varane here. Jonathan Varane with the strike. Good effort. Really good save there from Raya. Had to be at full stretch, and he was. Very, very good save there. Good effort, though, from Jonathan Varane. Trossard inside now to Havertz. Havertz looks back and finds Jorginho. Jorginho with a bit of time and space. He's got Ødegaard next to him, but he doesn't need him. He's just going to keep that ball. He's just dribbling, turning in circles and keeping hold of it pretty well. But well done there from Thomas. Did really, really well to get back there. And, oh, I was going to say maybe one last chance, but the half-time whistle is blown. It's 1-0 to Arsenal. And overall, I don't think we've been too bad. Paul Nardi has been very, very good, made a good handful of saves. Raya pulled into action on one time as well. But the way we conceded that goal is farcical. I genuinely am beyond baffled as to how that has ended up being the goal we've conceded here. It happens. It is what it is. I won't loiter on it because it will annoy me the more that I do loiter on it. But I think this second half, we've just got to go out there and we've got to try something a little bit different. We've just got to take the game to them. And for that reason, I am going to make just a couple of changes here. Kenneth Powell on. We'll keep Ashby on. He's not been bad. To be fair, Thomas hasn't been bad either. But I think it is just more of a, we need to mix things up and just bring on some fresh legs. I'm going to go ahead and bring on Maddison. I feel like Maddison and Varane are similar players. But I feel like Maddison maybe is the right call here. Just fresh legs while offering something quite similar to Varane. Maybe a good shot from the edge of the box. I know he's got considerably better shooting than Varane has. So if he was in that position, maybe Maddison would have found the back of the net. Who knows? Either way, second half, it's 1-0 to Arsenal. But I think we've got reasons to be positive. Come on, you Ars. Oh, Amati in a bit of trouble there at the back. Have we won the goal kick? We have. Well done, Amati. That could have been problematic there. Pushing us really high up, which is kind of what you would expect from this Arsenal team when they're playing against a squad sort of like ours, where they really do outclass us in regards to quality. So it's kind of what you would expect from them. But we've got to be careful here. Clark sort of beaten. Trossard with the strike. Paul Nardi with another really good save. I know I say it a lot. He is so good. It's why he's got so many clean sheets for us in this save, because he is just such a good keeper. But it's a really good cross there. Nardi doesn't save that one. Man, I need to stop saying how good players are, because then I just get absolutely bullied in front of net. That is the worst celebration I've ever seen in my life, by the way. But Calafiori does make it 2-0. It's a good cross in. I didn't really get anywhere near to Calafiori. Had pretty much a free header, but it's the kind of thing you'd expect between the player on the line and the keeper to keep that one out. Nardi sort of gets a hand to it. I'll say again, Clark Salter is in no position there to actually stop that if it had come anywhere near him. He's just watching it. He's not standing in a way to try and stop that ball going in the back of the net. At this point, I do think it's damage limitations, and it's probably a matter of let's rotate and keep fresh legs for the next league game. Well, as Paul Smith picks up a yellow card for a pretty late tackle from me, we're going to have a little bit of rotation here. Some players making way. Again, as I'd said, just fresh legs and just the ability to keep players fit. Look, late tackle. Players fit for the game against Stoke. So we've taken off Chair, Clark Salter and Sato for Elijah Dixon-Bonner, Steve Cook and Benny. So those three all coming on. Pretty much all like for like. I'd say Elijah Dixon-Bonner is maybe not really sort of that number 10 role, but he'll come on and he'll do the job there. It's fresh legs and it's kind of what we need. I took Singh off the bench. I'm not entirely sure why I did that because he really was the only other option, apart from Dembele, who we know his stamina is not great. So I want to keep him fully fit for the game against Stoke. I didn't really want to bring him on today at all unless I absolutely needed to. It just meant that he had the best chance of being fit and ready for the league game. But 20 minutes to go. Any consolation would be nice, but I don't see it happening. But we'll give it a go, of course. It's a good effort from range there, edge of the box. Odegaard tried it. It was on his weaker foot. It was on that right foot of his, but it did just sort of go wide of the post. Wasn't the best effort ever. But Jorginho off, Declan Rice on. Doesn't get any easier for us, does it? Oh, Arsenal are just knocking this round so nicely. I say that as it's a loose pass from Odegaard, but they were the way they were just knocking that ball round was awful for me. It was just so bad. I was never getting anywhere near it. That was man, that was problematic. There's no way you break this team down right now. I mean, I guess the quality of our squad is very different. You know, I've brought on Benny, who's like a 58 rated left mid. They brought on Declan Rice, who is one of the best CDMs in English football, comfortably. So, you know, it's a bit of a depth of difference, but I think it's fair us going out of the cup there. It's 2-0 to Arsenal, one of the top teams in the country. It's going to happen. We gave it our all, but it wasn't enough. Well, as we said before that game, it was going to be one of the toughest games of the season for sure. But disappointing to lose the way that we did. The chances that they had and the great saves that Nardi had made to then concede the 2 goals that we did were really frustrating, both from corners really as well, which is kind of, if anything, more frustrating. But we put that behind us. We move on back to the league, our main focus, and we take on Stoke. Well, one thing is the rotation did definitely work in our favour, and we now have a fully fit first 11 to go into this game. So the strongest 11 that we can have to take on Stoke City at Stoke City, and hopefully we can just come away with 3 points here, get back into winning ways. I can't speak. In the last episode, we simply couldn't do that. We would just draw. We couldn't get ourselves into that winning situation. We've started today not being able to do so as well, but against a very understandable opponent. Hopefully today we can come away with 3 points and we can get ourselves back into some winning ways, get ourselves back into form and keep ourselves in contention for top of the table. Come on, you ours. Oh, really good ball through here. Good start for Stoke and a really good save there from Paul Nardi. Absolutely keeping us in some of these games. Really massive stop there because that was a really nice play. That pass through, I didn't see who it was from or to, but lovely bit of play to cause us a real issue here. And it's a pretty much unmarked header. This time Clark Salter gets to it and does a little something. Nardi with a good save onto the post, I think twice, but it doesn't find the back of the net. Good claim there from Nardi as well. We've got to work our way into this. It's a strong start from the home side. Pushing through again here. Filled with man to catch up. That's a good save again. Manoef? I don't know how you say his name. Good run. Good strike, good save though from Nardi. Another corner to deal with here, which as we know haven't been my strongest thing to defend. Let's get this one out. Well done, Sam Field. Another chance for them to burst through. Good tackle from Cook, but it does actually end up going goal side of him as well. Nardi with another save. Keeping us in this one is Paul Nardi. He's been called into action 3, 4, maybe even 5 times. I'm losing count already in the first 20 minutes. But as you can see there, hits the post, hits Clark Salter sort of on the top part of his arm there. The legal part of his arm is what we'll call it. And it doesn't find its way in, thank the Lord. But another corner, get rid of it. Well done, Sam Field. Chair, can you maybe burst away with this one? Because he's got a little bit of time and space in front of him. No players in front of him. They're just trying to catch up to him. Ilias Chair, he's going to get caught now eventually, but he's just going to keep hold of it. Sella makes the run, but makes the run pretty poorly into a position I can't really find it to him. We're going to find Dembele, though. Dembele tries to take on his man. Again, well-marked. Chair. He's going to try and take him on. Does so pretty well. Finds Sella. Sella, first time. Just wide of the post. Inches wide of it. I don't know if the keeper was going to get there first. I'm not too sure. But he made a good dive for it. But I don't... You know what? I think it gets past him. I think if that's on target, I think that is a goal. But that's our first chance of the game. It's a pretty good one, but we need to make a few more. And if anything, it would have been nice if that run through from Chair we could have had the chance straight from that, because I think Chair scores that if he was just a touch quicker. Ilias Chair, look at that run from Dembele. Lovely pass from Ilias. Dembele tries to take it past his man, does so, gets past one, gets past the second. On his left foot, it's a good strike, it's a good save though, straight at the keeper. Needed to be a little bit to the side of him. I was sort of aiming for that far post, but it maybe went a little bit too central. I could have gone close post, that maybe could have been a good chance too. Stoke with a bit of a chance to counter though. Kenneth Powell stands his man up, does well, slows the game down a little bit here. Don't let them inside. We have in fact let them inside. It's exactly what I said not to do. Come on, boys. Don't give anything silly away here after we've just had our best chance of the game. Oh, it's changing my play left, right and centre. They scuff it wide. 40 minutes. What a first half this has been. It's been nearly all Stoke, but it's been a really good first half. Chair with a little bit of time here. Plays it into Madsen. Madsen up to Seller. Turns his man really well. Going to have to shoot because he's being closed down. Really good save, but a very, very good effort there from Seller. But the save is fantastic. Really good stuff from Bonham there as it was gliding into that top corner. Let's try and whip this one in here. Sato aims for Seller. Finds Seller. Seller finds the bar. The defender acrobatically gets it away with a diving header. Really, really good chance there. Super, super good header from Seller, but it does hit the bar. Going to aim for a similar spot here. Seller. Oh, this time it's wide of the post. Unfortunate. We're getting ourselves into this just a little bit now. It's getting a little bit more end-to-end. Stoke, for sure, having the most chances. But I'd say we've almost had the better chances, if you want my honest opinion. And that is going to be half-time there. Good win from Samfield. But the whistle is blown for the first 45 to be finished. And that is, I think, a pretty good showing of things with improvements, I would say, over the Arsenal game, and the fact that we're making more chances, still conceding plenty of chances, but yet to concede a goal, which is a positive. Could have been a very, very good start for Stoke if they'd found the back of the net on that first effort, but Paul Nardi yet again having a very, very good game and keeping us well and truly in this one. For now, I don't really have any changes to make. I think Varane may be on for Madsen at some point because Varane does feel quite good. Cook as well. You know what? It's very noticeable that Cook is really slow. 30 pace is becoming a big problem. So I'm going to bring on Jimmy Dunn, who has got a rip-roaring 57 pace. Guy's rapid, but you think about it, he's nearly twice as quick, which is mental. But that's the only change at halftime. Jimmy Dunn on for Steve Cook. Let's see if we can just build on some good first half chances, I should say, and just maybe make a little bit more of it. Come on, you Oz. Broke out on the ball here. Going to play it forward, but surely, I was going to say, surely Madsen wins that one, and he does. Ilias Chair with a good first touch. Takes it around his man as well. Lovely stuff there. Going to try and find it out wide now. Finds Sato. Kenneth Powell outside of him. So Kenneth Powell on the ball. Let's see if we can just find a little bit of space here. Kenneth Powell didn't really have an option. I could have played it short to Chair, but he didn't really have anywhere to go with it. So we just need to open up a little bit more and give more options to some of these players. Stoke with the ball at the edge of the box here. Working around quite nicely. There is a little bit of space opening up now as he just walks through the defence. Nardi can't do anything about that. It's a really nice finish. And realistically, the player shouldn't have that much space to cause that much of a problem for Nardi. The defence just sort of parted. They just left him to it. Just let him walk through. Really, really poor choices there from the defenders as they didn't really come across. I tried to change to Jimmy Dunn as quickly as I could, but look, they're just backing off. Why would they back off? I don't understand it. The AI decision sometimes really does baffle me. But look here, look. I'm using Madsen there to try and close him down. Clark, Salter and Dunn both just saying, yeah, go on, in you come, in you come. No. You get in the way of him. Ridiculous defensive choices there, but they do make it 1-0. It's his 7th goal of the season, and just like that, Stoke take the lead. Good tackle there from Jimmy Dunn, and now Madsen tries to bring it away. I feel like he's been pulled back a little bit there. Nothing given though. Good tackle though from Clark Salter this time, and maybe a chance to bring this forward here. Sato got 15 minutes on the clock. Can we get ourselves back in this one? Seller going to turn his man. Really good turn there. Time to shoot. Hits it wide of the post. It's a good effort, but it's not in the back of the net. It's not good enough there. It's a good chance, but it's not what we needed. Changes now to be made. Madsen off for Varane. Thomas going to come on that left-hand side. Part of me, I won't lie to you, wants to change formation, but I just haven't got it in me to do all of that right now. I just don't think it will work out for us. Singh, can you play on the right? You can. Singh on for Dembele. And you know what? Mitchie Frey, he's been the man of the hour for as many times. We're going to see if he can do the same there. What is everyone doing? Everyone was just popping a squat there on the... That was mad. Anyway, the changes you saw are all on. There's 10, maybe 15 included at a time to go. We've got to get something here, boys. Chance here for Stoke. Clark sort of work to do. He's going to try and turn him. He does so. I've absolutely been sold there. Nardi, I need you. Ah, boys, I've thrown it away. It's another 2-0. Cannon makes it 2. And we are falling apart at the death here. It's getting to the crunch part of the season, and we are not matching up to it. We are falling apart well and truly. Man, from leading the league for such a long time to looking like second place is going to be a challenge to keep up. Man, oh man. Cannon makes it 2. That is going to be the 3 points. I believe they're going to Stoke. I don't think we're going to get 2 goals in that time. I mean, even if we get a goal in that time, I'd be quite impressed, I won't lie to you, especially with how we sort of played in the second half here. Sato, Frame, I want you in the box to be crossed to. I need you in the box there. You're a target man. That's what I've set you to be. Be a target man, my friend. Either way, 2-0. Disappointing, very disappointing. And yeah, a lot of work to do now. The only silver lining is that Burnley also lost their game they just played. So Burnley stay 4 points clear of us. It could have been worse. It could have been 7. However, Norwich are now 3 points behind us. Results going against us. Obviously, we've got a bit of a better goal difference, but results going against us means that actually we could very easily be caught at this point. We really have to wake up. We really, really do. So I'm going to look at my tactics a little bit. I'm going to tweak a couple of things, and we're going to go from there. That's going to be the sort of vibe now. We're going to just tweak a couple of little bits and pieces, and we'll go from there. Okay, it's getting to crunch time now. It's getting to that point where 2-3 days between every game is going to become pretty common. Bit of rotation. Dunn and Amati are back too now. Varane comes in for Madsen. Singh on the left, Smith on the right. Seller stays up top with Chair just behind Chair as our captain today. This could be, in regards to how this season is going to end, this could be one of the biggest games of this entire series so far. We are in real bad form. We're in pretty terrible sort of general results wise, not just how we're playing, but the results that are coming from it as well. 3 points is crucial. If we'd have just picked up a draw and a win in the last couple of league games where we have just been pretty awful, we'd be top of the table right now. We'd be joint top and we'd be ahead on goal difference. But form has said otherwise. We've played pretty appallingly. We need to change that. And hopefully we can do that today against Cardiff. Great win there. Early doors, by the way, from Seller. Let's go. Let's start as we mean to go on, boys. Zan Seller, good effort. Unlucky. Either way, let's get this, boys. Come on, you R's. Got to be careful here not to give anything away. Chris Willock, obviously, on his return to Loftus Road here. Plays it inside. Good effort. Oh, all the talk at the start of the game goes out the window when you go 1-0 down 10 minutes in. Robertson makes it 1-0. I don't actually know what it is I'm doing so horrifically wrong at the moment. I can't make it work right now. Nardi B, it's relatively near to him, but it's pretty quick. Ah, boys. 1-0. 1-0 down. 10 minutes in, at home, in a really important game. It's not going well, boys. It's not going well. We've got to get ourselves back into this. Come on. Singh, look at the overlap here. We've got Kenneth Powell. Kenneth Powell finds Seller. Seller with the strike. Oh, it's off the post. That quick an equaliser would have been phenomenal. Literally would have been like the next bit of play from the centre. To have got the equaliser would have been massive. Lovely tackle from Varane in the middle of the field. Varane now tries to play it through to Chair. Does so really, really well. Seller makes a decent run. First touch wasn't great. I turned straight into the player. Great tackle again from Varane in the middle of the park here. Sam Field going to try and find Seller. The pass is off. It's not a great pass. We've got to build on from this, boys. Come on. Paul Smith. Lovely run now. Finds Ilias Chair. It's a really good pass into him. Ilias. Smith, keep making that run, mate. Smith was making a decent run, but we don't have to look at it. We find Zancella in the middle of the park, and he gets that long-awaited goal. He has been struggling in front of goal recently. He finds the back of the net there, makes it 1-1, and that is a crucial, crucial goal. Not just for this game, but potentially for the final run of the season here. Massive finish from him. We needed him to hit the back of the net there, and he does so emphatically. 1-1. 28 minutes in, and we are back in it, boys. Come on. Oh, it's a good bit of play here. Renamoto's going to bring it through the middle. Loads of time on the ball there. We just couldn't shrug him off. Sam Field was beat. Varane was beat. Marty did well enough, though, to see that one as a difficult chance for him. But a chance here for us to maybe create something ourselves. Chair looks back and finds Field. Finds Varane. Need another option here. Going to look wide and finds Kenneth Powell. Seller, make that run. Gets into the box there. I see somebody at the back post as well who's we're going to look for. It's going to drop to Chair. Chair. That's definitely Paul Smith. Either way, it was ambitious from me. But nice bit of play again. Just didn't lead to a great chance that time. Field finds Paul Smith here. Lovely first touch. Takes on his first man. Doesn't take on the second. Loses out. And it's I was going to say, so we've got to defend here. But actually, the halftime whistle does save us ever so slightly. 1-1 at the break. It's good to have got back into it. But as I said, at this point of the season, we need wins. 3 points are crucial. We're only 3 points safe in the automatic spaces. Goal difference is not going to be good enough to rely on here. We need to get the points on the board. We need to stay ahead of Norwich. And if anything, catching up with Burnley would also be quite nice. But at this point, top 2 is an absolute must for us. We cannot drop below that. I would be devastated to not win the league anyway. If we don't win the league, I'm going to feel like a fraud for how well we were playing. But at this point, it's a matter of we need to get ourselves in front here. We need to find the back of the net. And it's got to happen. Something has got to give for us here. I'm going to bring on Benny, because he always feels somewhat decent coming on off the bench. Obviously, shooting-wise, not as good as Sarpreet Singh, but pace, he's got a little bit more. If we can use that down that left-hand side and have another option like we have sort of for Smith on the right, it would be quite nice. So let's see if Benny can come in here in the second half and help us. The pass there would have been if he'd have just found that pass, Ilyas Chair had a really good chance to maybe get us an early lead for the second half. But it wasn't to be. Either way, we've got 40 or so minutes to go. Come on, you us. Paul Smith, quite central here, but a bit of space to run into. He's going to look out wide here and find Santos. He's going to play it into Seller first time. Seller can't quite get past his man, but does really well to win it back. Seller keeps it alive, finds Ilyas. There's just no movement. There's literally no movement there. We just need somebody to be making runs in. I'm hoping that Varane or Madsen, whenever they're in that role, because I've got them on a playmaker role now, rather than sort of also being a holding, just to kind of make those bursts forwards every now and again, but didn't quite happen there. Good chance, though. 30 minutes to go. Still 1-1. Oh, Amati beaten here. Jimmy Dunn's got to do well and get back. Jimmy Dunn beaten here. Ball inside. Amati beaten again. Paul Nardi not beaten this time. Really good block from him. Got out, made the angle small, and made himself big. Good save from Paul Nardi. Great tackle again from Varane. He's had a real good game today as Jonathan Varane. Often him and Field pair up really, really nicely. He just is so solid for us in the middle of the park there. But Jonathan Varane's tackle didn't quite get the ball clear for us here. Benny's back to help, which is great to see. Benny and Thomas being kept quite busy on this left-hand side. Well done there. Benny gets back, does the job. Thomas with a chance to bring it away. Benny makes a run. Lovely stuff. Inside one more. Finds Varane. Varane looks up here and finds Paul Smith. Paul Smith, he's got a run from Santos outside of him. Santos, going to play it inside, finds Seller. Seller, bad first touch, good second though, finds a strike, good save from the keeper. And we have made some changes here. Plenty of players coming on. Frey, Bonner, Dixon Bonner, sorry, and Morrison on for Seller, Field and Dunn. All like-for-like changes. Obviously, Dixon Bonner a bit more creative than Sam Field. My main thought process was, let's sacrifice a little bit of defence there just to bring on a bit of creativity. But we're going to aim here for Mitchy Frey. We find Mitchy Frey. It's a great header, but it's just over the bar. It wasn't quite to be. That would have been a phenomenal goal to score with 10 minutes on the clock. First touch of the ball. What a way to introduce yourself onto the pitch. That would have been there for Mitchy Frey, but it wasn't quite to be. Only 10 to go, though. Varane bringing the ball forward here. Bringing it forward pretty well as well, actually. Lovely ball inside. Finds Frey. Frey having to hold it up. He's got a lot of players ahead of him. He's going to dink it over the top here. Finds Paul Smith. Paul Smith, can he get it back into Frey? Not quite, but it is going to be a... Oh, it's not. It's a goal kick. No way. I thought that was a corner. Oh, Willett goes off the pitch. Didn't really create a crazy overload. I don't know if he got the assist for that first goal. I'm not too sure, but yeah, disappointing to have lost him. I'll be real with you. I do love Chrissy Willett. What a player he was for us on his day. But let's see if we can get the 3 points here. Oh, heavy touch. Elijah Dixon, Bonner. Wait, do we get the free kick? Oh, we do get the free kick here. Can we play this quickly? Frey finds Chair. Chair out to Paul Smith. We're in the 95th minute here. Paul Smith finds Mitchie Frey. Hits the defender. Good block there from the defender. Gets back well. And a point is all we get from that one. It is disappointing yet again to not get the 3 points. I am thoroughly disappointed with our form or lack thereof. But a point, I guess, from a losing situation's okay. But we've got to turn these draws into wins. We have to. Well, we stay in second. We don't get caught. But if Norwich won, which they did, it becomes a problem for us, both Norwich and Burnley winning. So we're now only a point clear of the playoff places. If there's ever a time for us to wake up, it is right here. It is right now. We've got to get back into some form. Otherwise, we are getting caught. And I don't rate our chances in the playoffs. With how we're playing at the moment, I do not rate our chances in the playoffs. So we've got to get these wins. Well, now it's time for us to play against 23rd placed Oxford. Now, this is a game that comes at a time that you think, great, you're playing against a team down amongst it. That hasn't made a difference for us at the moment. It doesn't matter who we're playing against, we struggle. That's as simple as it is. So today, going in with a pretty much full strength squad. The only change I've made, Varane did specifically ask to play. So I brought Varane in for Field. Now my thought here is let's hit the game hard with some creativity and then bring on for maybe Field to see it out is sort of my thought process. So let's try and get that early lead and then have something to defend a little bit. That's my thought process here. Because at the moment we're chasing games rather than holding on to games. But if anything's going to add pressure to this one, we can confirm, before our game kicked off, Norwich played and they won. So we are currently in third place. The only way to get back into second is winning today away to Oxford. So it's the wake-up call that we needed. Not just them being in touching distance, them being real, real close. They're now ahead of us. If we don't win this game today, we end the episode, I should say, in third, which we don't want to do. So let's take this one to them, boys. Come on, you us. Chair, inside, early, space, edge of the box, has a go, wide of the post. Ambitious, but plenty of space in the middle of the park there. Haven't obviously had a chance here with Oxford on the ball, but it looks like when we're on the ball, they're dropping back and they're dropping back deep. Oh, good stuff there from Heverton Santos. It was maybe the first chance for Oxford to bring the ball forward, but he's done really, really well to get back there and actually just stop the chance early doors. But Chair now going to play it out wide here to Dembele, who's going to cut inside, finds Chair. Chair finds Seller. Oh, it's a good tackle at the end there from the defence. Could have been a problem for them, but actually they defended that really well. Oh, that's really bad defending from Clark Salter. For God's sake, boys. I can't believe it, man. I actually am slowly losing my brain. This is just ridiculous. I don't get what we're doing so wrong. Clark Salter has been awful today. I think he has led to maybe 4 of today's goals, I think, have been his fault. It is just not good enough. I don't even know what to say or do, boys. But we're 1-0 down again. Well, things could go from bad to worse here. They pull it inside. Good stop from Nardi. It's not the first time he's kept us in something. And boy, oh boy, do I feel like it won't be the last. Dembele just bursting away here down the middle. He can't be caught. He's far too quick. Dembele on his left hits the defender. Great tackle here from Kenneth Powell. And now it's a chance for Sato. Koki Sato tries to play it inside to Seller. But it's blocked yet again by a man in yellow. Madsen does really well there. Wins that ball fantastically well. Deep in our half. But now, Kenneth Powell. Going to switch this one all the way out here to Heverton Santos. Santos now. Look at the run from Dembele. Lovely run. Good weighted pass as well. Dembele finds Seller. Seller takes his time. Takes the strike. And again, gets us back into a game just before the stroke of half-time. Really nice finish there. I just had time on the edge of the box. I feel like they're not closing us down very quickly. When we're making runs through, they're sort of closing us down a bit. But as soon as you sort of slow down in the box there, the Oxford players kind of just step off, kind of like our defenders did in the game against Cardiff, where they kind of just let him walk through and have the strike. Not against Cardiff, sorry. It was against Stoke. Just let him walk through and have the strike. But Sella there does really, really well. He's getting closer and closer to 30 goals this season, isn't he? Surely 25. Really well done. He's been so influential, especially in the early parts of this season for us. But this second half, sort of post January, we've really been off the boil. It's not been good. We've got to sort it out. But what's a QPR career mode without a little bit of drama, eh? Absolutely nothing, boys. That's the end of the first half. We have got work to do and plenty of it. We really need to sort ourselves out here. Let's see what we think could be the play to go for here. There isn't really anyone crazy tired apart from maybe Heverton Santos. So we're going to keep things as it is for now. Thomas, the fullback option off the bench, so could end up playing a little bit out of position at right back. But I think could do a good enough job there. Let's just power on through, boys. Let's go for it. Let's get that important next goal. I think the next goal wins this one if there is going to be a third. Come on, you ours. Sato with a chance to bring this forward now. Being closed down a little bit quickly here, but Chair plays it through. Finds Sella. Sella, I can't to his right. That's a foul, ref. He's missed the ball. I don't think he's got the ball there, ref. I'm going to be honest. I feel like that should have been a free kick. Jonathan Varane brings this ball forward. Sees himself with a Dembele out wide. Dembele going to just have to try and find an option. Going to take his time. Being closed down pretty well, but Dembele finds Santos. Finds Sella. Finds Ilias. Good first touch. Great second touch. Back of the net. It's 2-1 to QPR, and it is an important goal as well. We find ourselves back in the lead, or back in the lead. We find ourselves in the lead. We've not been in the lead once today. Huge goal there from Ilias Chair. Lovely little bit of play. Really good stuff. You can see the defender closed down well, but we just get lucky and play it through his legs. That was a stroke of luck there for us, but sometimes you need those moments, and boy, oh boy, did we need that one there. Really good goal from Ilias. All important goal, that one. That could end up being absolutely massive for us. I'm going to let the kickoff start. It's 30 minutes to go, and it means the next time the ball goes off the pitch, changes will be made. We're going to take off Madsen and bring Field on. We're going to take off Kenneth Powell. Santos is the more tired of the two. We'll bring on Thomas to play right back for us, sorry. And we're also going to take off Dembele, and we'll bring on Sarpreet Singh on that right hand side. Just a little bit of fresh legs more than anything. We've also got a couple of late changes to make if we need to. We've got the option of Morrison, we've got the option of Frey, and we have the option of Benny. So midfield, or like a wing change, a forward change, and a centre back change if we need them. 25-30 minutes on the clock, boys. Let's see this one out. This is possibly the biggest 3 points we could go for right now. Good play here from Oxford on our left-hand side. It's a really ambitious cross. It's very deep, but he does find his man. Got to be careful to not let this one in. Nothing silly here, boys. Don't let the strike away. Well done, Santos. Got in the way of it and got in the way of it well. And actually a chance for us to now maybe counter a little bit. They have got players back here. Dembele, that pass is absolutely abysmal, mate. Oxford playing this ball through the lines really well. Clark sort of doesn't quite win that one. Well done, though. Santos getting back. Nardi getting it away. My word, that could have been problematic. Those changes, by the way, still haven't changed. I probably should have just paused it when we scored the goal. I should have just paused it on the 60th minute. I tried to be too clever. But Chair now plays it the other side here. Lovely pass into Koki Sato. Finds Kenneth Powell outside of him. We're going to try and get this one in there. Oh, it's a decent cross, but it's behind Seller. I probably should have aimed in front of him and given him something to run onto there. But 5 minutes to go. It's all still to play for, boys. Only a couple of minutes left, and we do have those changes happening now, the ones you guys saw before. All those guys coming on. The fresh legs are needed, but we do have to be careful here not to give anything silly away. They get the ball kicked up forward. Good header there. Well done, Thomas. Comes on and wins a header straight away. And now, hold on a second. No, there were like 4,500 players around Ilias Chair. Oh, there it is, that final whistle. And for the first time today, I'm happy to hear that final whistle. Up against 23rd in the table, they gave us a plethora of problems to deal with, but we come away with the 3 important points. And we stay in second place. That is a huge factor in this. That's a real big result, and one of the biggest things we take from this today. Zansella with a fantastic game, goal and an assist to his name. Really happy with that performance overall. And yeah, that's a massive 3 points, boys. Could be season deciding. I won't sit here and say it's a perfect episode, but we've at least ended on a high note. We've ended in some positivity, and I'm really, really happy to get those 3 points on the board. We'll see how the other teams as well around us did. So Burnley are 4 points ahead of us, so they must have lost the game, I believe, because they were 7 points ahead of us. So there is a positive in that sense. Norwich obviously only a couple of points behind us. And I think Sheffield United have gone on some crazy losing streak or something, because I feel like there wasn't a 10-point gap initially between them and Norwich, but there is now. So unless I'm missing something, big old gap there from third to fourth. So this is kind of a 3-horse race at this point now, with 5 games left in the season. And all 5 of those games come in very quick succession. It's going to be a tricky one, but we're going to round that on there for today's episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do leave a like on the video. It supports me, the channel, the series, and everything else a whole bunch. If you're new, make sure you hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. But for now, guys, I want to say a massive thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care.